If you or a loved one are battling addiction, this is your wake-up call. At Strive Forward Recovery, we help get you clean, get you moving, and keep you there. Don't wait. Call today and take back your life.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Indicted TV. I'm your host Negra. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and follow us on Instagram. Before we start, I gotta give a shout out to my sponsors, Royalty Honey. Keep it hard, guys. Also for the best jewelry for his glory. And if you want to get sober or you know somebody that needs recovery, make sure you guys hit up Strive Forward Recovery. And for some dope streetwear, Street Polish. On today's episode, we have Raylyn. Raylyn, did I say right?
Raylyn, yeah.
On today's episode, we have Raylyn. Welcome to Indicted TV.
Thank you for having me.
How you feel?
I feel pretty good. I had court this morning, so I had to kind of rush over here. I didn't want to miss it.
Well, at least you made court's way more important though.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about court, right?
Okay, yeah.
If we're able to, obviously. So tell me or tell us, where are you from? Where'd you grow up? How was the inside of your house growing up? Mom, dad, brothers and sisters?
I grew up in Norwalk. My dad passed away 3 months before I was born, but he was from Dog Patch in Paramount. And my mom, she wasn't a gangbanger, but she was like, she was with it. And I think growing up like with a mom like that, it made me kind of want to be with it. And knowing my dad was like, with the I felt like it was naturally in me, even though everybody will look at me and be like, oh, she's a pretty good girl. But then once they got to know me, they're like, this is just crazy,
Oh, dang.
But wait, can we edit that part real quick?
Yeah.
So my dad passed away. My mom remarried when I was 8. And I just kind of started getting into trouble.
At 8 years old?
At 8 years old.
So did you have brothers or sisters?
I didn't have a brother or sister yet.
Okay.
It was just me. I started like fighting, and when I was 12, I took a knife to school.
You're kidding.
Yeah, to get in a fight. And that was the first time I got busted. I was 12 years old. I went to Los Padrinos.
Okay. So throughout all these years while you're 8, all these years while you're still young, super young, your mom's like going out, partying.
Yeah.
Things like that. And you would just be by yourself? Or with family?
Family. My grandma, my aunt.
Got it.
And then she married, because she wasn't married to my dad, and she calmed down.
Men tend to do that,
Yeah. And she calmed down. And that was the first time I got busted. I was 12 years old, went to Los Padrinos, got out, and I just never got out of the system.
Really? Mm-hmm. So when you went in at 12 years old for getting in the fight and bringing a knife to school,
yeah.
Did you actually get in the fight?
Yeah, I did.
Did you use a knife?
No, I did not use the knife.
Oh, well, that was good.
Yeah. And they...
Wait. Did you got arrested right then and then, like, bam, with the knife in the hand?
So when the cops came, I was running away from my principal, and I had a knife in my hand.
So you're, like, running with a knife in class.
I was bad, girl. Yeah. I was in the school building. And the principal was chasing me. The cops came. They finally got me down. And I had a knife in my hand. So that's why I went to Los Padrinos. It wasn't for the fight. It was for having a weapon on me.
Got it.
And I got out like a month. They put me on house arrest.
Oh, so you were in there for a whole month?
I was in there for a whole month.
So tell me about you actually getting arrested and, getting handcuffed and walking into Los Padrinos. Mm-hmm. How was that feeling for you? Like, what was going through your mind? How was it when you walked into the place?
I was really careless. And I know that's sad to say, but I was careless. I didn't care. And actually, when I went in there, I think because I was so young, I had a lot of favor. Like a lot of like the older girls, 14, 15-year-olds, they saw me. They're like, oh, she's a baby.
Mm-hmm.
So it was, I'm not going to say I had a bad experience in there my first time because I didn't. When I got out on house arrest, I violated it the first month. They locked me up, and my mom didn't want to deal with me no more, so they put me in placement.
Oh, no.
So I went to Penny Lane. I went to another place.
Everybody talks so bad about Penny Lane.
Penny Lane? Oh, girl, it was hell.
How was
that was worse than Los Padrinos.
Tell us why.
Yeah. Just fighting. As soon as you get to a room,
you're just a little fighter.
When you get to a room, you're going to get down. And, reality is, women, other girls don't like other pretty girls, you know, and there's a lot of jealousy within women. I think it's a little different for the men in juvenile hall, for the boys in juvenile hall. And with the girls, it's drama. It's not as political like for the boys. So it's just fighting. I walked into my first room they assigned me to, and the girl got down with me. She didn't even tell me nothing. So
You're kidding.
Yeah, and I was like, what in the world comes out? She thought I was her enemy from another hood. Yeah.
She never even banged. She never even hit you up.
She never even banged on me, but I guess she thought I was like an enemy already coming into her room. So I was caught off guard, right? And later on, she told me, she even apologized to me after that.
That's sweet.
I was in Penny Lane for, I want to say like 4 months. I AWOL'd.
Where'd you go?
I went to my aunt's house.
Oh.
Yeah, she's my best friend. I was there. I turned myself in. Then I went to Camp Scott. Mm-hmm. I was there, did 6 months.
How was that? How was the 6 months for you?
It was not as bad as placement, honestly.
Really?
Yeah. I think Camp Scott was, I mean, there was fights. We would fight, but there was more structure.
Is it like more, is it kind of like the guys too? Like, did you guys have to like do the marching?
Oh, yeah. Diamonds behind your back, all that. Yeah.
Like square your corners.
Mm-hmm, all that. And I remember, though, the one thing I liked about camp, the food was better than juvenile hall.
What was your favorite food?
They used to have like a chicken and rice I really liked and a cookie for dessert.
The way you say it, so sweet. You're out of jail.
Yeah, that shit was bomb.
Hey, no wonder people think that you don't have that personality. Dang.
So, yeah, after that, I just never got out of the system, And like I said, like my dad's family, they were actually the only ones always there for me. My dad that passed away.
Yeah.
Go to my court dates. My grandma showed up faithfully. My mom kind of just stepped aside. And my grandma, my uncles, my aunts, they would all go my court dates faithfully because they knew what it was, They knew how it was to be locked up. So they stood by me all the way till I was...
And you probably reminded them so much of their...
I look exactly like my dad. Wow. I got to show you a picture.
Yes.
Yeah. They called him Big Squirrel. Even though I never met him, I love him,
Of course.
Yeah. So, yeah, I just never got out of the system. And when I was 18, I got busted for carjacking with my little boyfriend at the time.
How long were you out? Ever?
I got out when I was 6, about to be 17, and I started doing good.
Okay.
There was like a lot of programs for youth that I was going to. Had a counselor trying to help me. I was a senior, and I was going to finish, but I ended up leaving my mom's house because I went back to her house for a little bit. I ended up leaving her house, so I didn't even finish school. And I had turned 18. And yeah, me and my man at the time got busted for carjacking. 2 armed robberies, and invading police.
Oh my goodness, tell me about how it went down.
We were with my uncle's girl. Long story short, there was an argument. And she got out the car and she said we pulled a gun out on her.
You're kidding.
So because of, I guess there was a so-called gun involved, it's considered carjacking.
Oh,
yeah,
dang.
Because we forced her out of the car. So there was that. And then they said there was like 2 robberies in that car. We ended up coming back from Santa Monica. We still had the car. Okay, we were still in the car. And we were coming back from Santa Monica. On our way back, okay, so my co-defendant's driving right now, right? On my way back, we get pulled over for passing a stop sign. My co-defendant really didn't get locked up like that. I already knew we're going to get busted anyways. Like, why are we even stopping?
And he's, go faster!
Yeah, I was like, keep going. And he's like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to pull over. I said, we're going to go to jail either way. Just keep going. At least we'll go to jail over there closer to home because we're all the way in Santa Monica. And he didn't want to, so we swapped. He acted like he pulled over, and the cops behind us in his car, probably like running the plates and stuff. So we ended up swapping, and I took off. So I ended up just getting the invading police, and we ended up on a high-speed chase. We went from Santa Monica. I went to Downey to go see my grandma. So I told her go outside. All my like cousins and all.
Oh my goodness!
I was loca. I was crazy, and even like. my family was like, Raylyn, just park the car and get off. Like, you know,
At least you're here.
And I was like, no, I'm just going to drive by, go outside. Mind you, this is while like 30 cop cars are behind me, right?
So
and all my family went outside.
From Santa Monica to Downey.
Mm-hmm, right there.
Were you driving super fast or like normal?
I was speeding. You know, I was driving fast.
Like reckless?
Reckless. I'm surprised we didn't die that day, okay?
Thank
Like, God literally had his hand over us. So we go to Downey and... yeah, I literally, all my family were outside the house waving at me. And then hilarious. I go to Norwalk. And I ended up crashing in Norwalk. Yeah, over there by the AMC theater.
Wow.
That's where my high-speed chase ended. And yeah, and then I ended up getting 6 years. I was supposed to only do 4 years and like 8 months. But I maxed out in there. Fighting and just like I got caught with like 3 phones.
Okay, well, we're gonna get to this. Let's run it back. Let's run it back. You're just getting arrested.
Yeah.
Right? You're just getting arrested. Where did you go?
When
you're 18 and you got arrested?
Lynwood.
Okay, that's your first time in Lynwood.
That was my first time in Lynwood.
Tell me about that experience, like the processing, like, you know, like how they treated you. You know, give us full details. Be more.
So I everywhere I go, I'm like the baby. So mind you, I'm 18, so I go to Lynwood. So right away, like, you know, I'm 18 years old. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, what are you doing here and stuff. I knew a lot of girls in there from juvenile hall, from placement. So I was familiar with a lot of faces. And I got in like maybe 5 fights there. Not as much as I
How long did you fight this case for?
It was only 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah. And I took a deal. At first, they wanted to give us like 20 years. And they were like, or I was like, no, we're not going to take that.
Yeah.
Keep going. Like I heard the 4th deal, maybe we'll take it. So just keep going. And they ended up, giving us the 6 years.
What would you say was the craziest thing you experienced or like something that stands out that's like from Lynwood?
And
like, give us a crazy story. You're smiling.
Waiting,
you got probably a few in your head.
We're waiting to get dinner. And the girl in front of me, we were chopping it up. And next thing you know, 3 girls just started smashing on her. And that had to be the craziest thing I ever saw. Like, I didn't know if I was supposed to help her because I just met her. Or like, you know, I didn't know what was going on. And I kind of was just like, I was tripping out on that, you know?
Yeah.
That was probably like the most craziest thing I seen because they f*** her shit up really bad.
Really?
Yeah, but I was like, she must have done something to piss these girls off. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, that was probably the craziest.
What about the nicest?
The nicest, I would have to say one of the officers brought me what I wanted to eat. So
was it a girl or a guy?
It was a guy.
Ah, yeah. Interesting.
Right? He bought me, I wanted mushroom and olive pizza because he's like, what's one thing you miss having? And I like mushroom and olives.
Okay, but let's... How did you guys even get to that, like...
Conversation?
Yeah, like that.
He would escort me to, like, medical, dental.
He liked you, huh?
Yeah. So we were always... He was cool, too. He was with the shits, but that was his job, you know? And, he brought me pizza. He would bring me little things, you know? Stuff. He did a lot of other favors for me, but...
What about the girls? Did the girls know?
Well, they probably had their own thing going on, too.
With him, too?
Other officers, yeah. But
dang.
I wasn't outspoken with it. Yeah. Because I wouldn't...
the reason I say that is because, you know, sometimes when the girls see, like, you know, like you said, so much jealousy and so much drama with the girls. So
I had to be careful, like, with little things. If he would bring me stuff, I'll probably just tell my roommate. But other than that, I didn't want to talk about it outside.
Yeah, because that would have been, they would have straight hated on you.
Yeah,
they
would have said something. Yeah, for sure. They would have said something. But that was probably the nicest thing somebody did for me in there.
That's
Brought
cute.
me some pizza.
No, that's super nice.
Yeah, and that's a big deal in there, you know?
No, for sure.
Considering, like, the food in there. But, and what really pissed me off, though, in Lynwood, a noodle was like $1. Okay? Or like $1.75.
I remember it was like way cheaper than that.
No, it's like $1 something now. And
this is 2012.
That what?
This is 2012.
2012, yeah. And in prison, it was cheaper. Noodles were way cheaper. But yeah, that was my little experience. I didn't have a long experience in Lynwood.
Which is good.
Short. Yeah, because I seen girls fighting murder cases in there. Been there 5 years.
Yeah.
6 years. And I'm like, man, how do you do it? Because I can't hang in there. Like, there's no sun. It's not like prison. You're just locked in there all day.
Yeah.
The, like, outing you go to is dental, medical.
Yeah. Did you work
Say
out?
your chest hurts. so you could get out of your room.
Did you work out?
I would do like squats in my room just to kill time, but for the most part, no.
Okay.
I was just chilling, reading.
So you got sentenced to, you said 4 years.
6 years. I was supposed to do 4 years and 8
you
months.
got like, you got like 85% or something?
Yeah.
Got it.
And you know what's crazy? On my 19th birthday, so I got busted November 2012.
That's when I got out.
Yeah, that's like 6 months, right? April 3rd to April 3rd. April 3rd on my 19th birthday is when they transferred me to prison, Chowchilla.
Wow.
Yeah.
How was the ride? Did you wear the muumuu? Did they still have to wear
a muumuu? Yeah, it was long. I went with a few other girls, so I didn't go by myself. I remember when I got off the bus. You know what? I'm lying. I didn't go straight to Chowchilla. I went to VSP. VSP was about to close.
Okay.
So, but they were still taking intakes.
Got it.
So I was at VSP for a few months, and they had shut it down.
How was that experience there?
I had got out of the bus, and everybody was just staring at me. You know, all the girls, and at first it was intimidating.
Especially when you see like the studs and stuff, huh?
Mm-hmm. I got hit on by so many studs. Yeah, but
here I am.
Right? They gave me a pair of jeans as soon as I hit 8 yard. Okay, dang. I had a whole box. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I got out. I would honestly say prison is, in my opinion, more friendly than Lynwood. Because women live there. Like, that's their home, so they try to make it home-ish. And there's a lot of women that are very welcoming. I don't think women's prison is like men's prison.
Oh, no at all.
It's all about just respect, sad to say drugs, and, you know, girls being with girls.
That's all.
Yeah. And
bulldagging all day.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, I was on A yard, and then they transferred us to D yard because they were just going to close it down after. And then from there, that's when I went to Chowchilla.
So was it completely different?
Not really. Everybody, it was okay. I was doing good for a little bit, and then probably like a year in, that's when I started just acting out. I didn't like what I was becoming. So,
where you saw yourself changing.
Yeah, and I didn't
like it. In what
it.
form? Like, tell me like how you started noticing.
Being reckless, fighting. I didn't give a fuck about anything. And it was having me kept getting 115s, you know. And I realized it's because I'm getting high. And one of my roommates actually talked to me. She's like, Raylyn, you have a date. She was like, Mija, you have a date. You could go home. You could either continue to have all your fun in here because you're having fun, or you could try to do what you got to do to get the hell out of here.
Yes.
And it just triggered something in my head to where I was like, damn, she's right.
Thank God for her, right?
Yeah, she's right. I need to stop. I need to stop being reckless. And I did. I literally. And then I started getting in trouble with phones. But yeah, when my friend had that conversation with me, I snapped out of it. And I was like, I got to go home.
Yeah.
You know? And I stopped. I literally just stopped.
And you said you did 6 years.
I did 6 years. So after I started, I was doing good. I was doing classes to prepare. No, this is, so I after the year.
Okay.
So, remind you, I had already got so many 115, so I was already about to max out.
Got it.
So then, like, on the 5th year, I was trying to do good, do my classes. I got caught with the phone. Okay. There was another 115. And then after that, I ended up getting a fight. There was another 115. I ended up maxing out. It wasn't even no more because I was just doing stupid shit, you know, naturally. Yeah. And I ended up doing the whole 6 years. I got out 2017, June. Yeah.
What would you say was the craziest thing in prison?
The craziest thing in prison, I would have to say, one of my roommates, well, she was only my roommate for a few hours.
Oh, wow.
She came in the room, and I guess she had a bit, she hurt her baby. Something with the baby.
You're kidding.
And the housing staff had told my bunkie. So my bunkie was like, when she comes in here,
you gotta take her out.
Yeah. So we all ended up her up.
Oh, yeah.
And then when the doors popped open for day room, she was walking out all bloody. And then when she went to the hallway, another room ended up her up. So this girl looked like, this girl was about to like die. And yeah, that had to be the craziest shit. But you know what though? She deserved it though from
most definitely
the story I heard about her baby.
What did you hear?
I guess she was just beating the baby. She was all twacked out and just beating on her baby.
I just don't understand that.
Yeah, so the cop, like I said, he told my bunkie and yeah, we just took off on her.
He probably did that on purpose.
Yeah, because the story was pretty brutal. There's also a lot of baby cases on death row. So in the women's prison, there's no other building for SHU. Or if you if you go to the hole, you're in the same unit as death row. And I remember one time I did a SHU term. It was like 3 months or 6 months. I was above one of the girls on death row. And I would hear her name and I was interested, like, why was she there, you know? So I had a phone and I ended up Googling her name. And she was in there. Her dude, she was young at the time. But her dude will get girls, torture them, and then kill them. But he was using her to reel them in. So that's why she's on death row. And then I heard another story. I looked up another girl's name that I would also hear a lot. And they called her Bubbles. And she would beat her foster kids like super bad and allow the dude to rape them. And she ended up killing one of them. And that's how she got death row. And the way she hid the body, she tried putting it in fresh, when like you put that stuff on the floor, cement. What's it called? Like
cement, no?
Is it cement? Yeah, but it was like fresh. So she put the body in there. She was putting cement.
Oh, like in the mud.
Yeah.
Like when it's like still, when you're just really laying it down.
That's also some crazy shit I seen when I was in SHU. Like one time that girl Bubbles, she was coming out medical. The same time another girl from SHU was coming out and the cops let that girl take off on her. Because she's on death row, so it's hard to touch her. So every time she comes out,
it's hard.
Yeah, they'll let somebody take off on them if the story's pretty brutal. Yeah.
Because that's
like
not
you
cool.
said, they do deserve it.
For sure. And who are we, right? But that's not.
Yeah. I always say I'm not one to judge. But I feel like when it comes to kids, like,
it's
that's
unacceptable.
Evil. Yeah.
Yeah, it's unacceptable. Like, you just don't do that.
Exactly.
Hey, I know this is going to be a weird.
What?
But I'm going to say it's probably like off, or hopefully I don't sound racist, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm not trying to be. What were their nationalities?
Bubbles was white, and that girl Janine on death row was also white. The girl that got beat up in my room by all of us, she was Latina. She was Mexican. Yeah.
That's the gets.
Yeah, pretty much. And I think after that she locked it in. Like, and she's like I said, there's on Chowchilla. When I was there, there's no like PC yard. They would just put them over there in SHU. But if you refuse to lock it in and you go to SHU, you don't get like canteen, nothing. You're gonna be in there miserable as hell. So you don't get no little extra treatment that the girls doing SHU get. Like, like they won't even get a bar of soap in there. So you're just in there just waiting to come out.
By yourself.
A lot of those girls won't. They'll stay in there and they'll write it out in there.
Because they're scared.
Yeah, they're scared. Yep.
As they should be.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. I'm like, wow. No, that's crazy. That's crazy. What was your pastime? Like, what would you do to pass time? Because 6 years, 6 years is a long time.
A lot. I was wild. I went from... I wouldn't even program correct. Like, they would sign me to go to school. I wouldn't go to school. I'll go see my homegirl in another unit and hang out with her all day. Or I'll just, like, do my... No, I kind of just always was able to get away with shit.
Okay.
Or I'll go to the kitchen and hang out till count time with my other homegirls that worked in the kitchen. Yeah, or I was just running amok in there. Or I'll watch TV in my room.
Okay.
Simple. I had a phone. Or I'll be on the phone.
Just did your own thing.
I did my own thing in there. Yeah. And like I said, women's prison, I don't think it's like men's prison.
Not at all.
Yeah. Well, you know how it is. Yeah. So yeah, I did my own thing and that's how I passed my time. And in a way, I remember thinking, man, I feel like I'm never going to go home.
It does feel that way to an extent, huh?
I felt like, dang, I'm never going to go home. And then especially when you get those 115s, you're like, damn, I'm really never going home. But I ended up going home.
Well, we're not home yet. We're not home yet. Also, let me ask you: were you gay for the stay, or
I
just...
was gay for the stay. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Wait, did you become gay in there?
Yes.
Oh, you got turned out, bitch.
I know. And I remember even like the cops when I was in county, they were always like clown on me, Raylyn, or Duran, when you go to prison, man, you're gonna get taken real quick. You're gonna end up gay. And I'm like, no, I'm not. Relax. I'll never be gay. Nope. I had my first girlfriend like in 2 months.
Really?
Yes.
How many girlfriends did you have? Because you said you had your first.
In total, like 4. So my third girlfriend was the longest. And then we were so toxic, they had to move me yards.
You're kidding. Because girls are horrible.
They're crazy, girl. Like, I remember when I was programming, where was I? I was in the kitchen. She would wait for me right there to make sure I don't talk to nobody. And
you're kidding.
Yeah, and I used to be like, girl, you're crazy. Like, I don't want to say her name, but I used to be like, girl, you're crazy. You can't do that. Like, wait till I get to my room. Like, we live together. Wait till I get to my room, but you coming out here acting crazy, I don't like that. And I always tell her, I'm going to break up with you and move out of the room. I'm going to break up with you.
Oh, because you guys are living together.
Yes. I ended up leaving, and I ended up leaving, going to another unit. I got another girlfriend for a little bit.
Dang.
Yeah. I was wild, girl.
You're doing the most, especially. Okay, especially for being... Okay, this is for girls, right?
Yeah.
Girls is all about being gay in prison.
Yeah.
And if you're in this one prison and you're having different girlfriends, oh, man, you are definitely the talk of the prison.
I know. Oh, my gosh. Is that bad? Should we say that?
How did you get turned down? Like, how did they finesse you? For you to,
so
you know
the first girl, she was a boy.
So you like the studs, huh?
Yeah. She was a boy. She was a boy, and she would just like, she would keep trying to get at me, and I'm like, no, I'm good.
What,
she was just
what was her nationality?
She was Mexican.
Okay. She was bald or what?
She had hair, but she looked like a dude. You didn't know she was not a dude until like you seen her naked, but she looked like a
man sometimes.
Yes, and she was tall too. She was like 6'3".
And her behavior was like a man.
Yes, I felt like I was in the streets walking to chow hall from my unit. Okay, she was a dude.
And you would hold hands and shit like your super relationship.
Yeah,
they found that you had a ceremony wedding.
You know what though? A wedding ceremony. No, I didn't go that far.
Hey,
and a lot of girls, yes, a lot of my homegirls do get married in there. Or I had a lot of homegirls in there get married, and I'm like, what in the world? But hey,
back to you getting finessed.
It makes them happy.
Yeah.
Makes their time go by, whatever. But there's also a lot of girls that come out and are still together.
Yeah, I have friends from prison that are still together.
I have a lot of friends that have one friend, her and her girlfriend just bought a house together.
Nice. One's
working for UPS and the other one's working for Whole Foods. Mm-hmm. And I think that's cool.
Yeah,
that's
for sure.
Awesome.
For sure.
She found the love of her life in prison. And she wasn't gay before prison. Yeah.
A lot of these girls ain't gay before.
Right?
Oh, hell no. And, there's to die for.
So, yeah, that was my first girlfriend. She was real sweet. I never did nothing like that yet, so I wouldn't say I was turned out with her. It was kind of just like talking stages.
She was getting into the head. That's what she was doing.
Yes. And after that, I had met another girl, and then that lasted like a year. We broke up because she ended up going to CIW, so we just went our own ways. The third girl is the one that I was with for a while.
The toxic one.
Yeah, like she... like just jealous, like loca, but
like her face.
Yeah, I would say has to be the one that like turned me completely out. She turned me out completely,
and that's why it was toxic.
The
first one always out of control.
Yeah, she was a lifer. So when we would fight, I would be like, damn, this bitch, she's not gonna go home. So what if she like takes me out because she's so mad right now? I would think about stuff like that, but no, she never took it that far. But yeah,
she'll choke you out and shit or what? Stop lying, man. No. She probably did.
We would scrap. Yeah, we would scrap a lot.
That's funny. Yeah. I mean, it's not funny, but I mean, I've been there. Like as far as like being, I've been there like in prison with girls that I've seen so much, like with girls, because that's just funny. So I'm just like laughing.
Goes on in there, huh?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, or like she'll see one of the housing staff talking to me. Next, she's right there. And I'm like,
was she a boy? Is she a boy or a girl?
She was a boy too. Yeah. Well, more aggressive, I guess. You
like an
would
aggressive
say.
femme?
Yeah. She had the 2 braids going down. Excuse me. But yeah, she was the one that she probably made my time go by super quick too with the chaos we had in our relationships. But it was fun at times as well.
Because you always need it's like your best friend. Mm-hmm. Now, do you guys do everything together?
Yeah. So, and it's crazy because I would even have to say that was my first long relationship.
And
because remind you, before that I was in juvenile hall placements camps.
That's right.
So I never experienced a genuine boyfriend-girlfriend relationship.
Got it.
Until I met her. And that wasn't even like the best relationship, but it was the longest.
Yeah, that you felt like it was a relationship.
Mm-hmm. But yeah,
was she your last girlfriend?
There was one more, but it was like 2 months. I was talking to her to get over that girl.
Oh shit.
But nothing really serious like her.
Yeah. Like you couldn't. Like I feel like when you're like, for example, like you in that kind of situation, I don't think you could ever have like a serious relationship with somebody else because she's always gonna be there.
Yeah, she was
like a little stalker.
Yes, and that girl that I was talking to.
No offense.
She ended up coming. She ended up going to beat that girl's ass. So yeah, she was crazy. She would get at the cops crazy if they checked me out. Like
really, she was down.
Yeah, she was crazy, but she was also she was a sweetheart, And
who did the cooking?
In the room, when we got canteen, both of us will both take
together?
turns. Yeah, we'll take turns cooking. She put me up on a lot of like how to cook in there, because it's different than out here.
You said she was a lifer, huh?
Yeah, so she showed me a lot. She showed me a lot in there. She didn't only just show me a toxic relationship. She also taught me how to humble myself in certain situations.
Like an example.
Yeah.
Like give me an example.
I know it's hard to say, but because we're in a toxic relationship, but in a way, like I said, she was in there for so long. She would put me up on game on a lot of
certain
little things.
Yeah.
And there's like a lot of things I probably can't even talk about, but she would tell me like how to work it, like get around things, and yeah, I appreciated her.
Nice.
And she taught me a lot, and she also had me experience a lot.
Like?
The toxicness.
Oh, yeah, the craziness.
Threw my way, yeah.
Were you already sober when you were with her?
Oh, no.
So you guys were high together?
Yeah.
That's why.
She was cautious with it because she was the one everybody went to.
That's
so
okay.
I'm not gonna say too much, but she was the one everybody went to. So yeah, but she even told me when I told her, dude, I'm gonna get clean, like, cause I want to go home. She was supportive about it.
Cause she understands. They honestly, I feel like lifers are super understanding, and if they had an opportunity to go home, they're gonna go home.
Yeah.
So they only want the best for people that are not, doing life because. Damn, who doesn't want to come home?
Exactly.
Regardless,
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, and I remember, though, at the end of when I was about to go home, I was kind of stressing because she kept acting like she wanted me to stay with her. So you know how that goes. Like, you don't know what's going to happen, what she's capable of doing.
Like setting you up to, like, get...
Yeah. And I remember I was stressed out about that, but no. I came home. It worked out. I came home. She walked me to that gate. Her and like a lot of my other homegirls from all the yards told me bye. And yeah, I left. And
did you have visits?
I had visits from the guy I had kids with. When I got out, I have 2 boys. He would visit me occasionally. My grandma, my cousins. But mainly it was my ex now, but the man I have kids with, he was the one that would go visit me a lot, answer my phone calls. Because when I was in there, you had to pay for the phone calls. And, but when I had a phone, it was easier. But say times like I couldn't have my phone out, or if my phone had to be put away, or I had got caught with one, I would have to go out to the day room and use the regular phone. And he would be the one to answer those phone calls.
Okay, he was there.
He was there. And also my grandma. So, and my aunts. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. And the girl, do you have any contact with her?
I had contact with her for a little bit.
Okay.
You know,
and I'm only saying that because obviously she walked you to the gate, you know?
And I looked out for her for a while. And then I found out she had a girlfriend. And, you know, I ended up getting with the father of my kids. So I was like, you're good. I'm good.
Yeah.
You know, just going to go our own ways.
Well, that was cool.
So, yeah.
So you got out in 2012.
2017, I got busted.
Oh, wow. So 2012, you got busted. 2017. It's completely different.
Oh, yeah.
Like, so much time passed. The years change. Obviously, each year changes or whatever. Like, you're obviously not the same either when you were 18 years old.
Yeah.
You know, you get out. What happens?
You know what's crazy, though, that you say you're not the same? In a way, mentally, I felt like I was. I felt like I was still 18, but really, I'm a 24-year-old grown-ass woman. Or 25, or 24 when I got out. It was different. You know what was new when I came out? Snapchat. There wasn't Snapchat when I got busted. When I got out, it was, I don't know, I felt like it was more chaotic than when I was 18.
For your own life, or you mean in the world?
Just in the world.
Okay.
You know, but I got out and I actually got married right away.
Really?
And I got pregnant right away. Yeah. So, you know, I was doing that for a little bit. My family life, it obviously didn't work out. And I ended up just getting my own job because when I got out, I didn't have to work. The guy that I married not that he didn't let me, but I was able not to work.
Got it.
And I was pregnant, so
you were doing the wife mom
I was doing
thing.
the wife thing, the stay-at-home mom thing, and when it didn't work out, that's when I pretty much had my first job. When I broke up with the father of my kids, I felt like I had just got out of prison because I never had a job. I didn't have nothing to rely on, you know. So it was all fresh. And you know what? Thank God, like within 3 months, I had 2 jobs. I got my own car and I got my own apartment. So God was really watching over me, you know. So yeah, when that happened, it was like I was freshly out. I was barely experiencing life, going out, you know, having my own money.
And that's why, like a little while ago, I said, like, sometimes, you know, it's the worst thing to do is be in a relationship when you first get out, or like you get with somebody while they're incarcerated, but they don't know how it is to live with the person. So they're already in prison and they come home to be back in prison. And I know it sounds horrible, but in reality, it is because you're probably more on check and you kind of move how you want. You move more in prison than out in the world.
I went from one prison to another.
And we're not thinking that in there. We're just thinking, oh, we're going to be out and we're free. Not thinking of how the setup, like how that we're setting ourselves up for failure.
Yeah. Because you got to answer to somebody. You know, it's just literally from one prison to another. And the only blessing I got out of that situation would have to be my boys.
I was going to say that.
So I do not regret it because I got 2 beautiful boys from that relationship. But it pretty much was, I went from one prison to another after that breakup. So I got out of prison, was with this guy. We barely went our own ways last year. So this is my first full year of being on my own.
By yourself.
Experiencing life. Everything that I have experienced within this year, I should have experienced the day I got out or that time I got out.
Well, maybe you have to look at it like that's you weren't ready.
Yeah. Everything happens for a reason. You know, like I said, I got my boys out of it. So I'm not mad at it. Hey, I'm a little late bloomer, but so what?
No, there's nothing wrong with that. Like how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
32.
Okay.
I'll be 33 April 3rd.
Oh, no, almost.
Yeah.
Almost. Sometimes when we're, you know, for whatever reason, God only knows, right? Like every situation happens for a reason, right? Who knows what would have happened if you wouldn't have been in that relationship when you came home? You probably would have gone back.
Yeah.
So sometimes we're not ready. We could say we are, but only God knows when we are. You know? Exactly. And like now look, like even though, you know, the way you speak, the way you're expressing yourself, like you've grown and you needed this. Now it's time. Like you're a woman. 24, no offense.
And then you go get busted when you're 18. Yeah.
24, you're a woman. Obviously when you have kids and when you have a kid and you're 24, you grow fast, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like your mind doesn't I don't know,
develop. Till
yeah,
later
like
on.
100% till you're like older. Yeah. And I'm like, damn, I'm 42 and I barely feel like I'm there.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, for example, that's what I guess the point of what I'm saying is it took you this long, but because it was a reason. You wouldn't be where you're at right now if you would have probably been by yourself.
Yeah, like when I got out of prison in 2017 and then I got with the father of my kids, he kind of in a way like did everything for me. You know, when the breakup happened, I didn't even know how to like pump gas.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know how to fill out a resume. I didn't even know how to, just like little dumb things like that. But it was something big for me because, like I said, I was in jail my whole life, or since I was 12. So I never had a car. When I turned 18, I went to prison. So my ex gave me my first car, and he would be the one putting gas in it. So when the breakup happened, I didn't even know how to put gas. I would have to call my uncle, hey, what number do I press?
What about now? You got to charge your phone. I mean, your phone.
Oh, yeah.
Your
so
car.
First,
your phone.
After the breakup, I had an Altima. I had a white Altima. And then I worked my ass hard for that Tesla.
Good for you.
You know, I got my second job and I saved. I was staying with my aunt when the breakup happened, and I was just saving. And like I said, within 3 months, I had my apartment, and I was working Monday through Sunday. I got my apartment in downtown LA, and I got my Tesla because I broke up with the father. I had a Tahoe first. My first car he gave me, I had a Tahoe, and then he got me a black Tesla. So when I had no car, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna work hard to get me a Tesla because I liked it.
What about your kids? Were they with you?
50. So when the breakup happened, there was a little situation going on with the kids, but we ended up getting it was 50-50.
Oh, good. The reason I'm asking this because sometimes we want to know, well, because obviously he's the one. I'm not saying this is how he behaved, but
he's pretty vicious.
You're the one that's been in prison, and the kids don't need to be with you.
Let me tell.
Did you guys go through that?
Absolutely.
And I'm only asking because I know there's people that go through that. You know.
Absolutely. And I wasn't going to say it, but you're right. People should know what really happens when you get in a relationship, especially with somebody who's not about that lifestyle, who's never spent an hour in jail, and when we separated, that was the first thing. He's going to get full custody of the kids. This girl don't have nowhere to go. She don't have a car. I'm getting the kids. She's been in prison. She's not going to get the kids. And till this day, he is trying to fight me for the kids, but no. Judges, they're not going to take away your children unless you're on drugs and you don't give them a stable household. And no matter how much energy, I won't speak about a lot of it, because I don't want to entertain this person so much. No matter how much energy he puts into trying to fight me for full custody, it's just not going to happen. It's been a year. It's not going to happen.
Oh, no, it's not. Yeah. Because when it comes to children, or even just in general, I tell everybody, I say it here all the time. It doesn't matter if you have a record. If you're clean and you have a job and you want to be there and you go to court, they're going to allow you to see your kids, or you're going to be in the kid's life, no matter how much the other person doesn't want it.
He's Caucasian too. So imagine just, and he's a big dude, big Caucasian dude. Like I said, total, put it this way. When I was with him, he would tell me, don't even talk because you talk too ghetto.
You're kidding.
But remind you, this was my friend since kindergarten. And he would go see me, but I think I never really paid attention to that side of him until I moved in with him. And then I realized,
we don't know somebody until you actually move in.
Yeah, and even we'll go with this family, I felt like I couldn't even talk because I'm too ghetto for these people, So there was a lot now being out of that relationship. I'm like, man, what was I thinking? Even what was I thinking?
Well, let's say he just helped you get on your feet, even though he didn't.
Yeah.
I just mean, and what I mean by that is you were able to get out and not actually go get a job and just handle what you had to do at home. Kind of little, you know what I'm saying?
And
like time to yourself, but out here.
And I appreciate that, because at the end of the day, like I said, it was my friend at one point. But the viciousness that happened after the breakup, as far as trying to tell the judge she's been in prison.
He don't know.
Yeah, bro, you're visiting me in there. You sent me boxes. You bought me sales in there, And so that's what kind of makes me see him a little bit different. There's not an inch of loyalty in him, put it that way.
Got it.
And I think I just was never aware of it because, like I said, I got out. He gave me a comfortable home, so it didn't bother me. And then now not being with him, I'm like, man, this dude's a trip.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the situation with that. And I'm glad it happened. Like I said, because now I have my own apartment. And it's pretty deep. I'm not trying to brag, okay?
Hey, it's okay.
Heavenly's been there. My apartment's nice. It's in downtown, you know? And it feels good to walk into an apartment and call it my own. It feels good to, like, tell a friend, hey, come over. It feels good that my boys have their own space when they're with me.
Good,
You know, it
yes.
feels good.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Like, just, like I said, everything I should have experienced when I got out, I'm experiencing now. That's my first apartment ever. And I'm 31 or 32. So, and my boys love it.
Good.
Yeah, I have a rooftop I take him to here and there. Or
I mean, when you live in downtown.
yeah.
I would never want to live in downtown.
Yeah, it's pretty wild down there. But for the most part, I like it. I think it grew on me.
Plus, you said you grew up in Norwalk, huh?
I grew up in Norwalk, so it is a little bit of ways. But
That's fine. You're by yourself.
I like it. Something new.
Good. You have peace. You're on your own time. You do your own thing. It's definitely more peaceful.
Yeah, and like I said, now
Then
yeah, and like now, I'm not living with the aunt, so it feels good to bring my boys to that. They have another home now.
yeah, it's their home as well.
Yeah, it is.
Love that. Mm-hmm. So is that where you're at now?
Yeah, my apartment in
Okay.
downtown.
What else do you do if you don't mind me asking?
As far as
Like, what do you do? Like with you?
I just work.
You work. You just
Yeah,
You
I
said you had
work.
2 jobs, huh?
Yeah, so I just work. I get my boys. And I experience a lot of life with them too when I have them. We go out to eat a lot. We'll try different foods.
Nice.
Still, when I have them, I try to keep it the same thing because when I was a stay-at-home mom, I took them out like to the science center, or I'll take them to like Play Pie and all that other stuff down there by Norwalk, the jumping places. Mm-hmm. So when I have them, I still, I try to keep it going so they have fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ask her how she stays out.
I know. I was about to ask her. What do you do to keep yourself out of trouble?
Honestly, I think about what I'm gonna lose. Cause girl, don't get me wrong, like I get so mad, especially with the whole
Situation.
baby daddy drama, and feel like there's a lot of antagonizing going on. And I just remind myself, like, Raylyn, doesn't it feel good to be, or I tell myself, doesn't it feel good to be free? When I'm on that freeway, it reminds me of my freedom I have. When I have my window down, it reminds me of the air I'm breathing.
Yes.
Because in there, it sounds crazy, but that air is different. It feels more like you feel coked up, And then I remember when I got out, and as soon as I left that gate, when the bus dropped me off, I felt like free. And you smell it in the air, and I don't think nobody will understand that unless you've been in there. Yeah. But that's what keeps me going. Like, because there's so many times where I'm like, oh, like,
I'm
going to get a box on your yard. I'm going to be set, okay? Like, I'm going to be good when I get locked up. But then I'm like, you know what? My kids need me. Mm-hmm. My boys need me. I worked hard to get my own spot. I worked hard to get the car I wanted. Mm-hmm. I have, the privilege of getting up, and if I want to go get something good to eat, I could go get it. I don't have to wait for canteen. I don't have to wait for chow time. I'm not only selected to a few channels on my TV. I don't have to hide my phone every time they do count time. I like it right now. I honestly enjoy it right now. And like I said, the main thing though would have to be my 2 boys, and they're the reason why I need to stay out, and I do it.
Are you still on parole?
No, I got off parole like 3 years or 2 years after I was out.
Good. What is something that you?
But I actually caught another case.
Oh, what?
So yeah,
Girl,
with
tell
my
us.
baby dad.
Oh my goodness, tell us.
Yeah, long story short, I fought him and his whole family.
What?
Uh-huh.
The whole family.
The sister, the dad, the sister, You still have court.
Oh yeah, for that you don't want to set yourself up.
Why? They have restraining orders on me. They already know.
Oh, then yeah.
Who cares? Like, what can they do to me, right? Anymore?
Yeah, they already have a restraining order for that situation, and they already.
They have me on camera going into. Okay, they have me on camera going into the office. Long story short,
Good call, Heaven.
yeah, I would just be careful what I say. So on Cinco de Mayo, the father of my kids and I got in a bad fight. The cops came and they were going to arrest him, but I didn't press charges. I was like, I'm not going to press charges on my baby's dad, you know? So he ended up leaving. But he's never been put in a situation like that where he's almost locked up. He's a total square, dorky guy. Like, I'm the reason why he's even out of his shell, okay? But that pissed him off, that he almost went to jail. And it pissed his parents off, pissed the whole family off. So the next morning, mind you, he didn't come home that day. The cops were like, do you want us to arrest him? You want to press charges? I was like, no. Like, I'm not going to do that. Well, it backfired on me. So the next morning, he texts me and he tells me that I need to get out of his house, give him the car, and drop off the kids because now I got nowhere to go. So I was heated. And I went to he works for his dad. So it's a family-owned company. I pulled up to the office. I barged in there. And
I'll get him.
Mm-hmm. I put the code in because you need a code to get it.
Because now this is the person that you didn't want to meet.
Exactly. And I went in there and, you know, things got a little hectic. They called the cops on me and they all pressed charges on me. So you see how it backfired on me?
Yeah.
But my mentality, I'm like, you don't do that. You don't press charges on no matter how much hate or fighting there is. You don't do that.
Because you're still going to see each other.
Not even just that. It's just not in my nature to do that. Like, I don't even care if my enemy comes and, like, freaking destroys my car in front of me. I already know who it is. I'll deal with it on my own. I'm not going to press charges. Like, why? Like, I'm not going to do that. So that's why I didn't do that to the father of my kids. But the next day, like I said, it backfired on me. And then they put a restraining order on me. They all pressed charges. His sister said I threw a Stanley Cup at her.
Those are kind of heavy too.
Yeah. It was crazy that day. The cops came and my baby dad pressed charges on me. And that's how, after that, that's it.
Yeah, that's
we don't
crazy.
communicate. There's no toxic relationship where we see each other once in a while. It's all through a parent app. So we don't really, he's a square. So I'm not going to deal with that. You know? I already see,
you know how to deal with him.
Yeah. So that's it.
That's that.
Mm-hmm. And I look back and I'm like disgusted. Like, girl, what were you thinking? You know, but whatever.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Yeah.
What is something that you still do that you used to do while you were incarcerated? Like, you know, something.
Something
that
I clean my sink every time I brush my teeth. Believe it or not, occasionally I scrub my floor on, like I get on the floor and start scrubbing my shit because I want that shit spotless. I have hardwood floor. And little by little, though, not the whole spot one at a time, but like my room area, I'll...
If I know you still use pads.
Yeah, I got rags. No, I don't have to use the pads. My sink. I clean my shower every day. What else do I do? There's a lot of little things. Everybody's like, Raylyn, you're not locked up anymore. That's the only thing I think of right now is my sink that I probably would do in prison, and then clean my shower every day. That's it. Really.
No shower shoes in the shower? No, I'm just kidding.
No. You know what? When I got out, though, I was living with the father of my kids, his parents, him and I at first for like a month before we got our own spot. And I would wear sandals in that shower because I didn't want to catch like fungus or nothing. But then I'm like, hold on, I'm not in prison no more. I don't have to do that.
Yeah.
You know?
That's funny.
But still, believe it or not, occasionally, if I go out and there's like a lot of people, I'll leave because I feel kind of anxiety still.
Really?
Even though it's been so long, I get that occasionally. Not all the time. There's times where I'm comfortable, but I catch myself getting anxiety occasionally. Mm. Yeah. So.
Cool.
Yeah, that's it.
Is there anything that you want to share that you haven't shared that you want to share?
Stay in school. Do good.
I always say
jail's not fun.
No, definitely stay in school.
Yeah. Jail's not fun, and just life is so beautiful out here.
Yeah, there's so much.
I want to spend it in there, you know?
Yeah.
Life is very beautiful out here. Like I said, when you're on that freeway and you got your windows down and you've been locked up, it Feels good.
Yeah.
That shit feels good. Yeah.
Like it just never goes away, those feelings. Like you could be out for so long.
Yeah.
Because I got out 2012.
Oh, you got out right when I was going in.
In November of 2012.
Oh my God. What day?
The 21st.
Oh, I got busted the 5th.
But I went to the halfway house for the whole 6 months. So
my gosh.
I wasn't like, I didn't really get out till like May of 12. Wait, May of 12? Whatever. Right there. One of those fucking months, right? I got out November 11. And I got out of the halfway house May 12 or whatever. You get it.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't ever go away. Like those memories, like for me, people are, I have this channel and people are always like, why don't you get over it? Like I am over it.
It was a part of your life.
But it's a part
People
of
don't
my
understand
life.
that.
And obviously I had to go through that to be where I'm at. And it's not about like, oh, you're glorifying it. It's about letting it be known. Like we're not alone. Like people go through so much, and it's like, oh, you don't talk about it. No, you should be able to speak about what you go through.
Yep.
Like don't be embarrassed of the things that you put yourself through at the end of the day.
Yeah, and it's crazy you say that because even like with the father of my kids, I would talk about little things, and he didn't want to hear it, or it's good to express it. Because that's a part of your life. It feels good just talking about it. Being able to relate to somebody. Like how you said the pads. And it brought me back like, yeah, we be scrubbing our floor with pads and soap,
Yeah.
I remember, too, when I was in Lynwood, my window was facing the freeway. Have you been to that side?
I don't know, but I have been to Lynwood.
So my window was facing the freeway.
Yeah, though. What is that? What is that freeway, babe?
So my window was facing the freeway, and I remember thinking, like, man, I'm about to do some time. Mentally, I prepared myself before I even got sentenced. I knew my time. I was going to get time. But I remember thinking, like, I can't wait till I'm out driving my own car one day on that freeway. So now every time that I'm in my car on the freeway, I do think about that time, and I think about my freedom.
Yeah.
And I like it.
It's just so much. You just appreciate life a lot more.
Yeah.
I
love it.
good.
I like life. And like I said, I'm barely experiencing, I think, a lot of things that I should have experienced 2017 when I got out.
I wouldn't, obviously, who am I to tell you what to focus, right? But I wouldn't focus on too much of what, like what I didn't experience before. Like now you're experiencing it and there's no age limit. You already
I know,
experienced.
sometimes I kill myself over it. I'm like,
don't be so hard. Don't be so hard on
but
yourself.
Yeah.
It's okay because you still have the rest of your life, and now it's just you and your kids.
Yeah.
And whenever you get a girlfriend or a boyfriend or
I won't get a girlfriend. It was gay for the stay.
only for the stay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I actually even have her tattooed.
Really?
I have her tattooed on my neck. Yeah.
Did you get the tattoo inside?
Yeah.
Oh hell no! It's
I
nice.
know. I have angel wings I got tatted angel wings from in there too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll show you after. They're decent wings.
Because obviously the girls don't tattoo like the guys.
Yeah, no. The girl that did mine though, she was a tattoo artist out here.
Oh, nice.
And she was all high, so she did decent.
Nice.
Yeah, she did a good job.
Oh wait, let me ask you one more thing. What was your favorite food to eat while being in there?
My favorite Sunday's breakfast. The fried egg with the sausage and the hash brown.
Oh, what about prison food? Like,
you're talking about prison or?
No, yeah, prison. I'm talking about prison.
Sunday's breakfast.
Oh, so you guys didn't cook? Like, what is your?
Oh, you're talking about when I was in my room. I thought you meant the food they give us there.
Well, that too.
Yeah, Sunday's breakfast was cool because I would even bring it back sometimes and put in tortilla.
Oh,
nice. Make like a breakfast burrito. In there, this sounds gross now, but the canned oysters. I used to like the canned oysters or something simple like the Hot Pockets with the tortillas. You put the cheese, the pepperoni. You make your own little Hot Pocket. That was one of my favorites. The fried rice. We had a fryer in our room.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
we would always fry everything. I've had fried Oreos in there, all that.
Nice.
So yeah, it was good. But I thought you meant prison food.
No, that is
Sunday's breakfast. Yeah.
Well, all right. Are you sure you don't have anything else to say?
I think that's it. Hopefully I did good.
No, you did great. You did great. Don't worry.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you again for sharing.
Thank you.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and follow us on Instagram.